All right, y'all. Hard work, dedication, motivation. To most people, these are just words. And yes, with those words, people use those words and they use it for a moment when they feel hyped up or amped up and they got an idea, and then it washes away for some reason. All right, what am I getting at? Experience, all of that, it usually gets swept under the rug. Why? I'll tell you why. But before I tell you why, I'm going to tell you how I learned all my stuff, what helped me out, right? I call it the golden era of YouTube fitness, all right? 2012, 13, 14, maybe even 15, I don't remember exactly. Compared to now, there's everything, all the fitness gets swept under the rug. Where's the workouts? The only thing, and I dabble in this in myself a little bit when I feel like it's a need, but I try not to too much, all right? And when I do it, it's not a gimmick. It's something I'm really, if it's fitness-wise, it's not a gimmick. It's something I really need to put out there. The individuals I put their name in my videos lately, I've been said that stuff. I've been saying that stuff years ago. You type in those names with my name with it, you will see the video. You don't even gotta, I'm not saying that even for you to watch the videos. See how long I've been doing that, right? Or how long ago I did it, and how much I did, how little I did it in between there and now. All right? I try to make sure that my channel is mostly fitness. All right? I show my workouts. All right? A lot of these people, and I ain't even naming no names in this video. A lot of these people, they make videos about each other. They make videos treating the gym like a party. They make their money, they do their thing or whatever, but what's the problem with that, you might ask? Good question. I'm going to give you a good answer. They're influencers, right? Remember the word influencers. They influence. So people take that and they run with it. They go to the gym day in, day out, day in, day out. They go to the gym every day, probably more consistent than I do. Go to the gym more consistent than I do. But they're not putting in any work because they've seen their favorite influencer partying and doing whatever it takes in the, I mean, not doing whatever it takes in the gym. They might say that here and there, right? But they don't say it enough to make these people understand, because a lot of times these people don't see those videos. The videos that get the most views are the ones about each other. So when they go to the gym, oh, you heard about, so what about, and da, da, da. People think that just talking about stuff is how you get there. People think that you don't even really have to work out. As long as you show up, that's all that matters. I'm telling you. If you're trying to push your, the difference is, the guys I was watching, maybe someone was natty, maybe someone was fake natties, maybe natty, not, whatever. But most of them had strength and physiques or physiques that was naturally attainable, right? Compared to now, the only people that's really showing their workouts is big, roided up, you know what I'm saying, freaks or whatever. But at the end of the day, there's still gonna be a night and day difference between me and them. But that's also an influence. You know what I'm saying? You got them, I ain't gonna say his name, but the main one that I'm gonna just say G-Dog, right? You can piece two and two together. His last joint, he was influencing people to get on gear. Maybe he was doing it in a jokey, sarcastic way, but the way he said it, it sounded straightforward. People that didn't know him or know of him, or that's their first time watching him, you got young people, old people, you got millions of influenceable people, impressionable people. They can mess their lives up doing what you just told them to do. Literally just told them to do in that video, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy, right? So what I'm trying to do with my channel is bring back that old feel. All right? That's why I'm doing my squat every day. That's why I did my bringing my bench press back series, That's why I'm doing my dailies. That's why I'm breaking it down, everything I'm doing, all right? Whether you want to follow what I'm doing, not follow what I'm doing, the choice is yours, or do some hybrid of it, or just get an idea. Or if you want to just ask me questions in the comments, I'm there, I answer questions. That's how it used to be. It's not like that no more. Everything's a cash grab. Everything's phony now. Everything's fake now. It's like when I think Cat Williams had a stand-up a long time ago. He said it's gonna be real versus fake, and I been knew that was gonna happen. That been happening before he even said it, but now, boy, it did happen big time. Everything's real versus fake in movies, music, fitness. The food we eat is real versus fake. There's barely any real food. Everything's processed. Not saying I don't eat it. Not saying I wouldn't choose some processed stuff, even if it was half and half. Of course, I'm gonna get some of that junk food too. You know, here and there, I'm gonna cheat. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. I should be able to have a choice. It's almost like you don't even have a choice now. It's almost like you don't even have a choice between the real and the fake. There's so much fake. Even if you try to go real, you're gonna have half fake, at least. Probably more than that. So it's like a lot of people, well, you can't beat them, join them. No, you don't join them. You fight the battle. You fight the good fight regardless, man. At the end of the day, when I do this fitness stuff, at the end of, no matter what the fitness industry is going towards, you know, you got your natties. I ain't gonna name no names, but you got natties who switched over and became not natties just to make sure their fame keep going. I ain't doing it. Even if I never gain another sub, I am not going unnatural for the money, for the fame, for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no way I'm injecting that stuff. That's it's a personal choice, but it's a selfish choice. I got 2 kids. You know, look at all the stuff that's happening. Look at all the bad stuff that's happening to people that do that stuff. See, that's the thing. People are only looking at the glory. Oh, I can build more muscle real quick, and I can get stronger, and I can I get on social media, and I can make millions of dollars, and that's all true. And I don't mean to influence nobody with that bullshit. Hey, man, at the end of the day, a couple years more of my life, or a couple years more healthy of my life, is worth more than any amount of money in the world. You know, there's other ways to make a living, okay? I'll work for the rest of my life if I had to. Instead of, you know, shortening it, you know what I'm saying? Or making it unhealthy. You know, just imagine, you got all these millions of dollars, but you having liver failure, heart, there's something wrong with you. Okay, you driving a Lamborghini, but you like, oh, it's not worth it. I'd rather drive my Honda Civic or my girl's Ford Fusion for the rest of our lives until we can get those run out and I get another one. Even if I had to downgrade, then be like, going to the hospital, widowmaker, heart attacks, and all that. Look it up. Look up the bad stuff. All right? Look up the bad stuff. What happened? My question though, what happened, man? Money happened. Main motivator for people to do any of this stuff. And I get it. You know, if you can get a quick bag real quick, that's all good. But think of the consequences. Think about what is. A lot of people don't care. I can't say who care, who don't care, but the way I see it, a lot of people, they do not care what happens to the next man, the next woman, the next whoever, whatever. They don't. They can't. And if they do care a little bit, they don't care about it more than they care about their pockets. It's kind of like back in the days when people used to sell stuff from the corner, right? If they don't get it from me, they go get it from somebody else. That's basically what they're doing. Whether they selling that work or they selling that other stuff, you know, out of the corner. You know what I'm saying? Whatever they selling, man. So it's basically just like that. You're going against, if you had any morals, you're going against your morals and beliefs and everything else for that bag. You know? You got rappers who became preachers and came back to rapping. Mace. The dude from the Clips, I don't think he became a preacher. But he left for a good reason. He came back. Yo, that temptation, that money, man, you gotta watch out for that money, man. When they say the money is root of all evil, man, shoot, people do bad things for money, man. People do bad things for money, man. And nobody in this world is perfect, so when I'm pointing fingers, I know I've done things and said things and things. I'm a human being, but at the end of the day, nobody should say, when somebody's pointing at somebody, when somebody's pointing something out, I can't speak for everybody. When I point something out, I'm not saying I'm perfect. But I strive to do better. Every day I strive to do better. If I'm gonna be the best man I can possibly be, I strive to do better. If I'm gonna have longevity in the game, I'm gonna provide for my family. Yo, all money, all quick money ain't always the best money. That fast money might be your last money. You're going for that cash money. Going out like a crash dummy. Yo, you might as well eat some vitamin gummies. No, hey, bars. Hey, you gotta pay me for that. You gotta pay me for that. Hey. But no, that's all I gotta say, really, man. Comment, like, subscribe, share, holler back at your boy. I always tell people all the time, watch out for the wolves of the industry. Don't be in the imagination side of the fitness world. A lot of times, the most simple way of doing things is the best way of doing things. Sticking to the basics, sticking to the fundamentals. That's what I do. I don't try to turn anything on and off like a light switch. I don't jump from 0 to 100 real quick. I don't skip scenes. I take my time. I don't, if I want to get down a flight of stairs, the fastest way is to just jump, but then what's going to happen? Exactly. The fastest way to build muscle is to just go ahead and then what's going to happen? The fastest way to make some money is to what's going to happen? The fastest way to lose weight, what's going to happen? There's side effects to the stuff people are taking to lose weight. Dang, I thought the video was over. But I'm saying though, just simple. Stick to the basics, caloric deficit. Or you ain't got to count your calories. You ain't got to get a caloric deficit because I know such and such, they got on this stuff and then they lost all kind of weight. But they lost it because of the caloric deficit. Yes, the stuff that they took helped them get into that caloric deficit, but it was the caloric deficit that did it. But then that thing also has side effects. What I'm trying to tell you, man, nobody listens to me. I'm just some guy. Watch the videos in the play. Watch my New Year's playlist. It ain't nowhere near New Year's. If you watch this long, you understand what I'm gonna say about that. Information is the information, all right? Don't matter if it's New Year's or not. Stop waiting for New Year's. There ain't no magical date. What happened to the fitness world, bro? Nobody listens.